Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Thursday evening? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope everybody's doing well. The weekend is almost upon us, folks. Dan H., good to see you. Devil Dog Prepper, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my brother. Naj, coming from the sunshine state of Florida. Good to see you as well. Modi Soldier, my friend, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Old Mutt, my man. Hope you're doing well, and I hope the kids are doing fine too. Good to see you, my friend. My Renaissance Grandma, welcome, welcome, welcome. My man, Fed Up American, good to see you. Unbiased LLC, welcome, welcome, welcome. Scott Hammer, also known as Scott Hummer. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well this evening. Psalm 146, Home and Garden, the first one to tap in the chat this evening. Good to see you. Wolfang, good to see you too, my friend. 5x5, thank you very much, Dan. Thank you very much. Coming in loud and clear. Bouger Prepper, one of my amazing moderators as well. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. That's for sure, because I am, because it is actually pretty nice today. Right now, it's 57 degrees and dark outside. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm glad to see everybody and see that everybody made it in. Okie Khan, welcome. Hope you're doing well, dear. Good to see you as well. Tracy K, doing her thing tonight. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep pressing ahead. Good to see you, Tracy K. Sister Marie's Kitchen, welcome. I hope you're doing well tonight as well. That is for sure. And Tracy K is driving and listening. Appreciate you, Trish. Appreciate you, Tracy K. So grab a seat, buckle in, hold on, grab a cup of coffee or whatever your favorite beverage is for this time of the evening. We're going to spend an hour talking about what's important to you. Also, remember that up in the upper top is the question box. You can click on that, type in your question, and hopefully I will get to it tonight. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Glad to see everybody doing well. What's everybody doing this weekend? Anything planned? Anybody prepping, getting major things, checking stuff off of the checkbox, crossing out stuff on your list, doing the things? Get the stuff done, folks. Get the stuff done. Thank you very much, Bouger Prepper. Exactly. Put your questions in the question box pinned at the top of the chat. Yes, what she said. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes. Fed Up American, I appreciate you, bruh. I appreciate you for the Bug Out Weekend donation. You don't have to, but we truly appreciate it here. Every dime that's coming in is going to the Bug Out Weekend and back into the channel itself. with that. We tarry until he comes. Homestead. I love the name. One Virtuous Woman. I love the name. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Colleen, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well also. Yahya Khat, my man. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you as well. What's folks got planned for the weekend? The weekend's coming up. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. Doing some stuff for my mom, checking on my mom, scrambling, running around, looking at trucks. Still got to do all of that. And everything is absolutely productive, not busy, productive. I learned something from our Tuesday live. I hope you did too. But I'm being productive. Modi Soldier says, not planning outside though. Ha! Snow and blowing like crazy here in Iowa. Yes, my friend, we had snow the other day. It melted the next morning. And after that, it's 57 degrees here in Ohio. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Jeep Girl, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's important to you, folks? That is the key. And that's our topic for the night. Because when we talked on Tuesday, talked about productivity versus busy, I kept thinking about that. And if you haven't noticed, if you've been to several of my live streams lately, it's all been based on what I would call mental preparedness, because I've been feeling an urgency over these last 3 months. I just have a sense of urgency. Yeah, Modi Soldier, right. It's the second winter. I'm with you on that. Sense of urgency. So I'm trying to bring topics that get us and help us to become mentally prepared for whatever is thrown our way. That is for sure. J3GS Farm in the house. Good to see you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. Hope the pups are doing well also. So you folks know, you content creators in the chat, if you type the word vision, it will drop your link, folks. Check them out. Check out some of their content. Comment on their content. Leave a thumbs up. And if you like what they're doing, what they're putting out, if their topics tickle your fancy, subscribe to their channel, because that's how we all grow together and survive and thrive at the same time. Yes, a question box, Oki Khan, at the top. Absolutely. That is a new YouTube feature that came out a couple of months ago. And it's a wonderful thing. I just have to remember to check it every now and again to see if there are any questions. And we have a question already from Modi Soldier. Anyone have suggestions on storing gummy bears, candies, things like that for morale boost? Absolutely. First of all, and that comes from the Modi Soldier. First of all, Modi Soldier, those types of items are a great prep, because candy will always make you feel better. There's nothing like eating a piece of candy or having a piece of cake or having a piece of pie just to make you feel good. So with that, I will say this, Modi Soldier, especially with gummy bears, vacuum seal them. Either vacuum seal them in, vacuum bag, or put them in a mason jar and vacuum seal the mason jar. But once you open the bag, once you cut it open, then it's the clock is ticking and it's time to eat them. But to just store them and put them away for those types of times that you need a piece of candy, I would put them in a vacuum seal bag for sure. For sure. That's exactly what I would do. Hunter 25, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. But yes, that's what I would do, Modi Soldier. I would put them in a vacuum seal bag. You don't, in a vacuum seal bag, you don't need oxygen absorbers. But if you're going to put them in a mason jar, you could drop one or two in the jar as well, and that will work and suffice as well. In a jar, yes. Constitutional Carpenter, good to see you, my friend. Welcome, my man Marco. Amazing dude, right there. I hope you're on the verge of starting your own channel. He's a great guy. Good to see you, my friend. Give my best wishes to the wonderful wife. With that, our topic is what's important to you, because what's important to you may not be what's important to me. So you're more than welcome, Modi Soldier. So you have to figure out what is important to you. And before we dive into our topic, because you know me, I always look at words and try to get a better understanding of those words. Marco says, I'm scared. So, important, the word important, and this comes from the Oxford Dictionary, is our reference for tonight. Importance, it means of great significance or value, likely to have a profound effect on success, survival, or well-being. There you go, folks. That is the definition of important to the Oxford Language Dictionary. Oki Khan says work, work, work around here. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Mid Georgia Preparedness, good to see you. Welcome. Have a seat and God bless you. Marco is still scared. And as Old Mutt says, vacuum seal in mason jars for 10 years, still good. Awesome, 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 Old Mutt. See, folks, that's what we do. We help each other. There you go. Old Mutt says he's vacuum sealed them in mason jars and they're still good and he's still eating them. So that's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. But yes, what is important? You know, we all know what is important to us and who is important, because people, places, and things are important to us, and that sets our priority. You know, that is what makes us tick, the important things. And it appears that the important things are what seems to get our attention. And that's okay, because important things, they're important, you know? And as Mid-GA Preparedness said, God, family, and country. That's what's important. Absolutely. And I will say, to me personally, in that exact order. That is exactly how it goes for me. God first, then my family, and my country. And within my country is everything else that contains in the country, because we all live in the country, if that makes sense. So, you know, I really hope everybody considers something of importance. And I'm going to get into the definition about what I read here in a moment. We have a question that came in from Orion Preparedness. Good evening, my brother. Do you believe that learning a foreign language will be necessary in the near future? If so, which language? That is an amazing question. And the answer to that for me is yes. Um, Roaming Prepper, my man, great live you had. Folks, if you don't know the Roaming Prepper or have not watched any of his videos, I highly suggest you go check him out. Roaming Prepper, do me a favor and type the word vision. It'll drop your link. He just had an amazing live an hour ago, and he had a great topic. Great topic. But back to the question. Do I think that it's important to speak a foreign language? C. Yes. Everybody, I think, just to be well-rounded. Now, you don't have to. And if you don't speak a foreign language, that's okay. But for me, I try to become bilingual. Kind of John, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. I say yes. Everybody should attempt and learn at least one foreign language. And the language for me, now it could be something totally different for everybody else. For me, it would be Spanish. I know poquito, just enough to be dangerous. Good evening, the experience with Sassy. But I truly believe that everybody should attempt, if not learn some of it, because that could save your life. Good evening, 46 Camper. Hope you're doing well. Zach Gibson in the house. Welcome and thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But yes, I think everybody should learn a foreign language. All of my children, they had to take a foreign language, whether they liked it or not, and not just to graduate from high school, but to be diverse and to be able to do all of that. And I'm going to tell y'all this: there are apps on your phone that you can get for free that will help you begin to learn a foreign language. Tracy says she'd like to learn Italian. And Zach says, yes, Spanish is the biggest. I agree. And as my man Marco says, I can speak anything if I had enough to drink, enough to get me in trouble. Yes. Motivation from the weightlifting geek. My brother, good to see you. And it's going to get even gooder in 2 days when we do our Saturday early evening live. Can't wait. But yes, I truly believe everybody should speak at least one foreign language, or at least understand enough that will allow them to perform. Now, yeah, there you go. Francais. Parlez-vous français? There you go. At least learn something about something. I try to learn a little bit about everything. Right. Duolingo app is great. Yes. And I think the one on my phone is it is called yeah, right. I don't even know where it went. But yes, I have been informed by my COO that a while ago I need to learn Spanish. I said, okay, fine. I know enough, I've learned enough that I am dangerous. But yes, not a problem. Not a problem, Joe. I appreciate you, man, tuning in. Yes, Babbel is also is awesome, and I think Zach, I think that's what I have on my phone is Babbel as well. And for some odd, strange reason, and it's probably staring right in front of me, I can't find it, and it's there somewhere. But yes. Oh, I'm using Duolingo. There it is right there. I was looking for the wrong icon. Yes, I'm using Duolingo. But yes, everybody, I think, should at least attempt to learn one foreign language. Uh, yeah, okay. If you say so, kind of John, you're going to have to translate for the people in the back Thank you. Constitutional Carpenter said, I took French 2 years in high school, can't remember any of it. I know more Spanish just from working in construction. Absolutely. And that's a good thing, Constitutional Carpenter, because I'm like you. I took Spanish, 2 years of Spanish in high school, didn't know any of it until I got out of school and moved away for a while and got around Spanish speaking people. And yeah, that's where I'm at. And Oki Khan said she took 3 years of Spanish and she doesn't remember most of it. And it sucks. But I remember enough. Exactly. Yes. And as Naj says, Spanish is the fourth most spoken language in the world. 20 countries out of 195 countries in the world. Yes. So I dabble between Spanish and Portuguese. And then there's some others that I dabble in, but not enough to hold a conversation intelligently. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Prepping Plumber, welcome, welcome, welcome. But folks, what's important? As Hunter says, I can barely speak Spanish. Yes. Or English. Yes, absolutely. I got Spanish on the brain. Yes. You said English. I agree. I completely agree. Completely. And I'm way behind in the chat. Who went to the bathroom? Okay. Well, good luck in the bathroom, as Orion said. Yes. But yes, folks, important. What is important to you? And what's important to you will take priority over other stuff. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, my man, my brother from another mother. Good to see you, my friend. Awesome live with the roaming prepper. As usual, you guys do well, as always. That is for sure. Nostra Dumbass says, I speak English and redneck pretty well. That's good. Glad to hear that. So you will survive the apocalypse. Prepared Irishman is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. So let's break down this definition of important. A great significance or value. So that means it is something of high value. Now, remember I was talking about earlier in the beginning of the live, what you think is important may not be important to me. And what I think is important, you may not think it's important. And that's okay. That's what we do. So, significant or value. I can probably say everybody in this chat values their family and their self. Correct? Yes, I'll say that. So, that is of high value. Now, to clone a phrase that Hudson Valley said in the Roaming Preppers live an hour ago, Aunt June, who bought all the freeze-dried food and caused supply chain issues, Aunt June may value her little poodle, Fluffy. We'll call him Fluffy. She values Fluffy. Do I value Fluffy? I don't value Fluffy. I respect Fluffy, but I don't value Fluffy. So that's the way it goes. We prioritize what is important to us. And here it is in the prepping community, in the homestead community and everything. Food, water, food, shelter, security, communications, our garden, our kids, our family, our property. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Now, it may be on different levels of importance based on the person and the situation, but we all have to remember what is important. And I'm going to drop this question to everybody in the chat and watch how many different responses come up. During a SHTF event, let's just say the power is out and it's been out for 3 weeks. What is the most important thing to you? Put your answer in the chat. And in the meantime, Dan says he values my German Shepherd, my preps, and my freedom dispensers. Correct. I would revoke somebody's birth certificate if they hunt any of my dogs. They're all family. I'm with you on that. So we got water, we got security, we got water, family, food. Grit down 3 weeks, Hudson Valley, security. Yes. Yes. Okie Khan, I love the roaming preppers pups also, and I am 100% Team Bentley. Bentley is my guy. We got water. We got survival. There you go. Family. Most of the time, I like my pups more than my children. Yes, Devil Dog Prepper, I can understand that. Fed Up American says family. Moldy Soldier, preserving frozen stuff. Right. Clean water and security. Family. Security. See, there it is, folks. Security. My water preps are on point. NVGS. Whatever that means, Dan, if you could elaborate without using any harsh words or dot language only, that would be preferred. My family would be fine. They'd be with me, but water is life. Exactly. Exactly. Perimeter security. Security, according to Briar Rose 2, you're right. Am I buffering or are you buffering? Who's buffering? Is it me or is it you? I don't know. The question again was, my man Marco, grid down, it's been down for 3 weeks. What is the most important thing to you right now? The Prepared Irishman, a vacuum cleaner. It's happened to me. I know it's stupid, but everything else we managed. Power. There you go, my friend. Am I buffering? I don't see any buffering on my end. Maybe YouTube doesn't like the topic tonight. Buffering 2. Okay. Night vision. Hunter said, Marco, just say security. 46 Camper says, most important is security. We have ways to heat, light, etc. Also, family is most important. Correct. The roaming prepper says in the first 3 to 5 days, security would be essential. Then it would transition to water and then medicine. Correct. Infection and illness. Absolutely. 5x5. Thank you, Hudson Valley. Appreciate that. Hunter says, I'm good. No buffering here. Marco says, security, as he raises his hands. Good answer, Marco. Yes. So, folks, there it is. In the same scenario, the same situation, all of us have similar, very similar. Everything that everybody said in the chat, there's nobody that would disagree. But the list of importance, thank you, Unbiased LLC. I appreciate the 5x5 as well. We're all on different levels, but we're all basically like-minded because we all have the same things in mind. And that's what is important. Like the roaming prepper said, in the first 3 to 5 days, the number one thing would be security. Once everybody has collected at the house or whatever, and then from there, water and medication, food. Now we start to get somewhat of a normalcy going on because we're past the first 3 to 5 days. We've taken the backhoe and we've shoved the bodies across the road, and so forth and so on. Hunter says, phone lines have been a disaster today. My office kept having issues with phones and internet. Thank you, Naj. No buffering. Negative 5x5? Am I buffering? I don't see any buffering. Huh. Okay. Nah, Connor John says, I got generator and Gen Link hooked up. Power is covered. Oki says it's my internet. Okay. No buffering. Thank you, Zach. Okay. I was going to get a complex, folks. Getting ready to get a complex because, I have PTSDs from the one live stream where I had major technical difficulties. Down to Divine Prepping, good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope everything is wonderful with you. And welcome, another one of my fine, amazing moderators. Okay. Thank you, Scott. Okay, so understand um, what is important to you. That's why we prep, we plan, and we pray, and we put together plans so that when we do have a disaster, we can institute our plan. Now, having a plan, we all know it's very important because when you have a plan, it literally begins to ease the anxiety, the fear, and things like that. And for those of us in the chat that are preppers, everybody, and whether you have a plan, a bug out plan, a get home plan, a family plan, whatever it is, that's what we do because we are getting ahead of the game. And next Thursday, I'm going to have an amazing guest on, and we're going to talk about another topic, which this very well melts right into. And I'm not giving it away who the guest is or what the topic is, because you're going to remember, yeah, now I understand what he was talking about the week before. There it is. Because we try to plan this stuff, and the only thing that will happen is if our schedules fall apart. Prepper Book Club, good to see you. Good to see you. Take care, Roaming Prepper. Have an amazing weekend and stay safe. As the Prepared Irishman says, robberies was something that was very real when we were out of power for 3 weeks. Exactly. Exactly. And Hudson Valley says, so I guess my family's safety is what's most important to me. This is why I choose security. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm with you on that, Mike, because security is the utmost, because I care about those that would be here, that will be here, that are here. And if we have an SHTF event, I want them to be safe. So yes, security is number one on my list as well, my friend. Very good point out. Very, very good point out. As Hunter said, we got security covered on our hill. Right. And that's what you got to do. Dan H says, an apocalyptic wife. Apocalypse wifey. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. As is said, community will be essential. It will. It absolutely will. It absolutely will. And that's what counts, folks. We have to prioritize what is important to us, especially in an SHTF event or just a family crisis. That is for sure. That is for sure. Did I see the Virginia Bushcrafter sneak in here? There he is. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well tonight. But folks, we have to, once we understand what's important to us, then we begin to prioritize. And the prioritizing of what's important will come the key components and essentials to our overall plan. And that's what we have to do. Pray, prep, plan, rinse and repeat, practice, throw it in there. Speaking of practice, that's what the bug out weekend is all about. And Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, thank you again for all you do with that, because that's where I got the idea from, was from Hudson Valley. And I reached out to him and said, dude, how do you do this? What do you do? What are the pitfalls? What do I look for? How do I get this together? And basically, he answered all my questions. And then he said, just do it. Doesn't matter how many people show up. He said, if 4 people show up, you had a successful bug out weekend. Practice with your gear. Folks, go to your backyard, open up that tent, put it up, take it down, put it up, fire up whatever it is. You gotta work your gear in a time when you don't need it, because when you do need it, you're gonna be fumbling around putting it together, trying to figure it out. And guys, we don't read instructions anyway. So figure it out before you need to. Yes, bags of lime may be important. Orion Preparedness, you're absolutely right. And fuel to operate the backhoe. I'm with you on that, my friend. Yes, I agree 100%. Yes, without a doubt. FSP, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, folks, now is the time to practice. Outlaw Jackson in the house. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if I didn't say it, welcome. But we got to practice, because practice makes our plans go easier. And speaking of the bug out weekend, if you have gear you no longer need because you upgraded the gear or you just don't use it, bring it to the bug out weekend. You can swap it out with folks that may have something you may need, or there may be something you just want to say, you know what, I'm going to give this away, drop it on the table. If somebody needs it, they can pick it up. And that's how we all learn and get opinions, because I know for a fact that when we eat that amazing barbecue on Saturday night, I'm going to search out Old Mutt and I'm going to sit down next to him and have a conversation with him about solar generators, because I know he knows a lot about solar generators. And I finally got to, and by the time the bug out weekend comes, hopefully I will have 3, and I have thousands and thousands of questions to ask him. Fallen Skies Homesteading and Preparedness channel. Good to see you, my friend. I love the baby chicks in that video you got. I hope they're doing well. And I'm getting some shortly. As soon as the weather gets stable and nice, I'm getting chicks. But yes, Old Mutt, we need to talk about solar generators. And that is my goal. And as Orion Preparedness says, concentric rings of security is a good approach, using terrain, natural and man-made deterrence measures. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But yes, folks, you know, that's what we have to do. We have to prioritize what's important to us. And we all know everything's not important. Even in the family, family members may say, well, we need to do this. And you're like, no, we don't need to do that yet. We need to secure our land, our property, our house, all of that first. Then we'll get to the rest of the stuff. So, you know, every guide, you know, wherever you at in your preparedness journey, as Hudson Valley says, journey, we have priorities. And once the security is taken care of, then we can start putting in place all of our other plans. Devil Dog Prepper says, I'm looking to add level 4 bag accessories for medical kit, but running into a wall. Any suggestions? Devil Dog Prepper, when you say level 4 bags, I'm assuming you are talking about the bags that are impenetrable, correct? And if you are, here would be my suggestion. Get plates, put the plates in backpacks, and then put the medical gear in the backpack, if that's what you're referring to. IV bags. There you go. Okay. Right. Stephen, absolutely. I think it is. IV bags. Okay. IV bags without, okay, what you get at a hospital. Okay. So you're asking where to get IV bags, right? Do me a favor, Devil Dog Prepper, shoot me an email at visionpreparedness@gmail.com. And I will send you an email back and give you some ideas of where to get them from. I can't think of the place, but I know where I need to go to find the information. Yeah, shoot me an email, and I will reply back to you with some information. Maybe somebody in the chat, doctor, nurse, where can folks get IV bags with their medical gear? I will say this, Devil Dog Prepper, check North American Rescue. They may have them, they may not, but shoot me an email anyway. But North American Rescue may have them. I use those measures to channel vehicle and foot traffic to where I want and then to be on my property. I primarily use fencing, sensors, and solar lights. I'm with you on that. So do I. I have driveway alarms soon as you enter my property. And then I have some solar lights. And then I have some more solar lights. And then I have cameras. And then I have more alarms. And I have all of that stuff. Liz B. Journey, welcome. I hope you are doing well. I don't think you do need a prescription to purchase an IV bag. I don't think so. And if you do, call your doctor. Tell them to give you a prescription. You need an IV bag. Yes. With that, folks, night vision, absolutely. Motion cams with night vision. Yes, I do. My cameras do have night vision and motion detectors all in one, and that's what's all around in different layers of my perimeter. But yes, folks, what is important to you? And I always, especially now, like I said earlier, with this sense of urgency, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. But as we all say, fill your gaps, fill your holes. And my Renaissance grandma says IV bags are at Mountainside Medical Equipment, but you must email your license. Okay, well, there you go. Hunter says, no offense, but if you get to the point where you need IV bags, you're probably done for. Not necessarily, Hunter. IV bags could be used for hydration. That is the quickest way to get hydrated, is intravenous as well. And, you know, if you have a doctor in your group that could administer an IV to help, there you go. It's key. It's key. It's key. It's key. Mid-GA preparedness, planted blackberry bushes on landscape surrounding the homestead. Yes. You know, put up those deterrent bushes. Put up them bushes with thorns on them so people can't slide through them. And if they do, you know, it's going to hurt. It's going to make them go, ouch. Yeah. Then you'll hear them. Then you can, you know, zoom in on them and do what you need to do. That's for sure. But yes, folks, that is what we need to do. Prioritize what is important to you and us. That will actually help you develop a preparedness plan for the disaster coming, war, whatever. I don't know, whatever's coming. You'll have a plan, and it will ease your mind that now you can prepare, prioritize, practice, and keep doing your thing. Absolutely right, Hudson Valley. Gather your people, folks. Begin, you know, we've talked until we're blue in the face about gather your people, having community, putting whatever you call it, your mag, whatever you want to call it. Gather your people. And know their strengths and their weaknesses. You know? Right, exactly, Zach. Right. Liquid IV works great for hydration. Absolutely. That's the quickest way to get hydrated is to have it done intravenously. Yes, absolutely. Yes, use them to fix, yep, hypothermia by heating the bags. Right. Got to be careful about that, though. You don't want them to get too hot because if it's too hot, then it will cause the veins and capillaries to bust. So, but yes, you're right, Dan. Yes, huge rose bushes hurt. Yes, they do, especially if you have to run through them. But if you run quickly enough, it may not hurt, but it's still going to hurt. Yes, community. Know your area. Let me add, I'm going to throw another question. Speaking of community and putting your people, gathering your people, your groups, if you know for sure that the people on your street, okay, if everybody on your street would come together, could you defend and hold your street by blocking off each end of the street, barricading it with cars, trucks, vans, whatever you need to? How many of you think you could do that? Put a 1 in the chat, because that is a great way to come together where everybody's dependent on everybody and being like-minded. Don't care if you're prepping or not, but at least you now have some level, exactly, Hudson Valley, at least some level of security you may have for your street. Yes. Yes. Half the country. Absolutely. Yes. Right. Kajimon says, I got a great neighbor. Got a good neighbor. Absolutely. So keep that in mind, folks. If everything goes south and somebody comes across the border in drones and droves of people, can you secure your street at least? Dan says, 0. Bunch of libtards in my area. Yes. There you go, old mutt. Yes. Chainsaw. That's right. Drop the trees. Drop the trees, block off the street. Yes. Absolutely. Without a doubt. And Jeep Girl says, I stick to myself. Okay. Okay. Modi Soldier says, maybe 1, but got a couple knuckleheads in the area, but I know who they are. There you go. That's very important. I'm glad you said that, Modi Soldier. Know the bad players. Know the bad eggs in your area. If you know they won't play nice in the sandbox, keep an eye on them. Some too liberal might let them in. Huh. Well, okay. That's true too, Donna. As mid-GA Preparedness says, 160 acre with a lake, 3 veterans on the property. There you go. We've all seen the reel on TikTok that says all you need is 3 bad. Yeah, you just need 3. You can take over a whole country. Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But, those are the things that are important. So keep in mind, if you can secure your house, your perimeter, and then expand from there with your other neighbors to secure the street, even if you have to do it in sections. Like my road is long. My road is probably a couple of miles, and it would have to be broken up by all of the neighbors on the street to secure it, and even actually probably hopefully to create checkpoints. Yeah. Yeah, I don't, you know what? I don't need a lemming saw. I'm dropping the trees. And the first place they're going to be dropped is across the drive, and then it goes from there. But yeah, that's what we have to do. That is exactly what we have to do, folks. But those are the things, right? Okie Khan, absolutely. Buy extra chainsaws. I'm getting ready to buy one here. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'm buying another chainsaw. I'm going to have a couple of them because, as we know, 2 is 1, 1 is none. So I need 1. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Everyone needs to do a threat assessment in your area of operations. Excellent point, Hudson Valley. Right. right around right around your area and look for, a threat assessment. What are the weak points? What are the strong points? Who are some of the neighbors that may be sketchy, but do some type of threat assessment? And because I'm that guy, because I like words, um, I'm actually looking that up as we speak. Thank you, Hudson Valley. Threat assessment is a fact based systematic process designed to identify, acquire, assess, and manage potentially dangerous or violent situations. There you go. There you go. I'm actually going to drop this link in the chat. So for those that want to look at what a threat assessment is, there you go. There you go. There is that particular threat assessment comes from Science Direct, and it talks about threat assessments, the best practice, number 2, forensics methodology, defensive tactics, and officer safety, and it goes through a whole bunch of risk assessments and other physical security essentials. So there you go. Hudson Valley, thank you for that. That right there, folks, is it in a nutshell. Do a threat assessment of your area of operations. Perfect, 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 perfect. Right, area study, Prepper Book Club. Right, chat just keeps jumping. Yep, there you go. It's 8:56 already. Good gracious. we say Hudson Valley, you either get me or the Livingston man. Right. Absolutely. Right. Oki Khan says, I'm in the country by myself most of the time, but no problem. Yeah, I live in the country too. And I know my neighbors, and I got a couple question marks on some of the folks on our road. But for the most part, yes. There you go, Virginia Bushcrafter, Dragon Breath. Yep, exactly. I'm with you. I know exactly what you're talking about, my friend. But yes, folks, so that is just an example of a threat assessment. Do one. That is important to everybody that is living, walking, breathing. You want to do a threat assessment of your area to make sure around there. Yes. Marco says, Hudson, 2 adults and 2 kids. We'd like the double feature, please. Absolutely. Yes. Exactly. Those are the best. Yes, it is. And they are beasts. You're absolutely right. Yep. Yep. But it's the flame. Yes, it's the flame that gets you. Absolutely, Hudson. Yes. I'm actually wanting some of those for Eli. And if you haven't seen Eli, in all of my intros and outros, the thing on the back, that's Eli that I'm carrying. Oki Khan says, I have 281 acres and a crap load of ammo. There you go. There you go. Absolutely. But yes, folks, do a threat assessment. Do what's important. Make a list if you have to of what is really important to you. And that way, that'll help you plan your preparedness plan for you and your family. And it'll give you ease of mind, and we can all sleep at night, because I have not been sleeping all that well lately, but it's getting better, and that's okay. Very much so. Mid-GA preparedness, get a shortwave radio, pick up a lot of info. Absolutely. Shortwave, ham radio, CB, get another line of communications, folks, because these go down and you have no means of communicating. What are you going to do? There it is. and the time is 8:59. Do me a huge favor, folks, please. Hit the thumbs up, share it out. Let's turn YouTube on its rear end and say, hey, what are they doing over there? If you haven't done it, wonderful. If you have, that's even great. Yes, Hunter, you need to keep the enemy at least 100 yards away. Right, Molotov cocktails can ruin their day. Correct. There's nothing like taking a bottle, a glass bottle, filling it with kerosene, sticking a rag in it, lighting it, and throwing it at them. Very much so. Because in war or in self-defense, there are no rules other than we survive. Black Swamp 419, good to see you. I didn't see you sneak in. If you did, welcome. Everybody else that came in that I did not see, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Modi Soldier says, I need to learn about Baofeng. Got one, but have to play with it yet. Absolutely. Modi Soldier, if you're coming to the Bug Out weekend, there'll be plenty of people there that can help out. And we'll go from there. Just in case, for those of you, if you haven't seen it, if you're wanting to get your ham radio license, you can go to hamradioprep.com, get everything you need, drop in the coupon code VISION20, and they'll give you 20% off of whatever you bought. And I'm getting ready to do it and take my license, take my test to get 2 licenses, general and a technician, and go from there. And I talked to the owner of the company, and he was like, absolutely. What do you need? I said, can I get a discount code to send out to my subscribers and everybody else who wants to use it? He said, absolutely. Thank you very much, Hudson Valley. Check it out, folks. But if you're going to get your ham radio license, just go to hamradioprep.com. When you check out, put in Vision 20, they'll give you 20% off. So I told him, I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will say this for everybody. Thank you again for coming to spend an hour of your time with me tonight. I know the Angry Prepper is on now, and I do not want to step on his toes. So I will say this once again. Thank you, everybody. Keep on prepping, because your family is depending on you, and it depends on your life. This is Vision Preparedness. God bless you. Everybody have a safe evening. Have a safe and wonderful, productive weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Good night, and God bless.
I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.